Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of EPOS, a Gentes game, which is about to start on Gamefound next Tuesday, I believe. So definitely stay tuned, check out the link. I believe rules-wise, I was more or less okay. One thing I kind of messed up, but I already left a note, was around my bonus here, and this was actually a big thing for me because I was missing out on some opportunities here. Nothing I can take back, but again, I left a comment. So with that being said, we should be pretty much good to go. I'm already in the second era of the game out of 3, and I think at least I want to somewhat achieve one of those bonus markers here. Maybe this one, because when we make it into round 5, then we will exchange the 8-point versions of those bonus markers into the 4-point versions. And keep in mind, the goal of this game, which I set myself, is to gain 2 of those. It doesn't really matter how many points those are worth, but we need 2 and we need 70 points. I think by the end of the game, we don't need to achieve these points before the end of the game. I believe there are some challenges in the solo rules which require to have those points before you are doing any kind of final scoring. Looking at our player board, I think we definitely still have some, we need to improve a little bit more, because in order to score this one, we need in total 18 points, which means all of these need to touch. It doesn't matter where they touch, so this, I think Craftsman here can make it here, so this would be worth 5 points, this would be worth 1 point, so that's 6 let's say training points out of the 18 we need. But yeah, we still have a long way ahead of us. The other one is also not easy, which is to have 8 of these cards out. But I think those might be the 2 bonus markers I'm striving for, because the cards are always great. I mean, you want to have as many cards out as possible, and having the professions basically help you to achieve those cards. So I think they work pretty well together. But yeah, again, let's see how things go from here. Let's start our turn. For whatever reason, I picked up this port card here, which is not bad on its own. It will score me some points and will give me some income for each of my, I think, scholars at the end of each round. But I need to have a city with this temple icon, and right now I'm nowhere close. And I need to correct myself, it's not a city, we need to be in control of one of those areas. So if we are moving 2 markers over here to Sinope, or maybe here to Odessos, that's already something that we may want to achieve. And keep in mind, you might be wondering, hey, why do you see those cities here available, these polys available to you? This is because of the individual setup that you are doing for the solo mode. So you remove basically 1 color out of 3, which would be occupying those 2 cities, and in this case it was in fact Ancona and Odessos. Okay, this has taken me a while. I think first of all I will go for an architect action down here, which will cost me 6 money, definitely not inexpensive, and I have to go with 1 time, which is not a problem. We have made room on our board. With the 6 again, I could either go for, I don't know, 2 cards down here or 1 card from down here. And when I pay for 6, I'm also now allowed, because we are already in era 2. So this symbol down here allows me to buy any card from the discard pile. Keep in mind, not one of the cards that we have removed from the game due to these discs here, but really the actual discard pile. And we have the Scriptorum here, and I think that's the one I want to buy. I will only go for 1 card for 6 money. This is really not inexpensive, but I think we should be in an okay shape to actually build that relatively soon. It will have the right synergy symbols. We are getting 1 victory point, and we are training 1 extra population or profession, which is again one of the goals I want to achieve. And it comes with a special ability. Whenever I train, I get an additional training action basically for free. This is extremely huge. So I will totally go for this card. It goes into my hand, and I think right now, we are not able to build it yet. That's the only problem, the only downside here. So we need 1 more of these scholars, and we need 1 craftsman here, I believe. But again, this helps me to really achieve this bonus marker here. Ultimately, I need to come to, or I will increase my profession by 3, most likely at least, which again ultimately will help me in there. But that was already my first action done. Oh no, not quite. Of course, I also have to place the marker in here. And looking at the current training situation up here, it's really not ideal. Keep in mind, we need the craftsman. The craftsman is all the way over here. And we need the scholar, who is all the way over here. So in order to make something meaningful here, we need to spend 7 coins, or 3 coins, and just train this guy here accordingly. It's not really extremely efficient, quite honestly. So I'm a little bit more inclined to spend 6 from this joker marker here, but the 6 doesn't really help me in here, other than maybe it will then move this fella over, and then I could take the training action again, or I will simply use one of my temple guys here, or from my oracle here. That could be actually something worth considering, because again it will make all the things a lot more inexpensive. Alternatively, I could go for this, train this fella twice or these fellas twice, doesn't really matter too much, and then I could still exchange, and I think that's the cheaper option, quite honestly. So I will do that. So I will go for this. It will come with 1 time unit only, so I still have a lot of time this round. I still have to spend 4 coins here, but I think this is fine, and I get to decide if I want to train them both, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So we remove one of those, so I stay in control. I think that's the better deal. So they move all down here. We could still train a little bit later. They will change or swap their relative positions here, and again I trained them both. So it's, I believe, the priest and we have the merchants. And now I think I'm simply going to spend one of those cubes here to retrain. So we need, let's move this fella back for this fella. And I think we do the same thing here, this and that. So now we should be in a position to build this card here, which gives me another training action. That's what I do. I still increased my population by 2 net. So again, it drives forward to my bonus goal, but I'm also in a position now to build another card, which could be huge. Okay, I take that. So I think we might as well, oh no, I can't afford it. Down to $2 actually. We need 3 to build the card, which is fine. We will go for the market action here. The question now is, do I want to go for the expensive one? And again, I get to double this, of course, of my tenement. So I would gain $16, and I think I need to get into the position to do that. So I will do this twice. I think, go for a double. In this case, I think this is still okay. And because I get to take it twice, I will earn 16 coins. I really still need an awful lot of money for new cards and whatnot. So that was that. This was my action. The next action now really is to do, is to do that and that. So I think we may need to go for another training action actually. And I can do this thing. This has an infinity symbol on it, so I can do that multiple times during my round. Only once per turn though. And we build the card, which is now ultimately this one. Again, we already established 1 and 3. So let's play the card in here. Our soldier will go up by 1. I take that. We now have this bonus ability. We get 1 point here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 more points there. Overall bringing us to 14 points. Okay, nice. Ultimately, I was considering to simply go for this, but we have this infinity action available to us. So for 2 time and no money at all, we could navigate for 3 pioneers. And I think that's what I want to do. In this case, I have to go for a double, but okay, I think it's still worth it. We are grabbing 3 of those. They have to go into a region or territory where I already have either a city or any other pioneers present. And I believe it doesn't matter if I place it into Milet or Troy. So let's place it into Milet. And now I get 3 movement points. So again, I can move to Sinope. I can move down to Rhodos. Rhodos doesn't really help me because it's under control of a neutral player down here. So the only question now is, do I want to go into a new region, which will help me at the end of each round, because I can activate 1 city from each region at the end of each round? Or do I want to go to Shinobi, basically staying in the same region, which would then allow me, when I build a city in one of those, I will then be allowed to activate them all in the same region. So both are equally good actually, but I like the other one because we still have 4 end of rounds to us. I think we are taking our 3 movement points to moving up here to Odessos. Because I already have a city built here in Miletopolis, I'm now also allowed to move directly into one of these provinces. You can only ever do that once you have established your very first city anywhere here in the center of the board. But I think right now, yeah, in theory, I could. Okay, that's a point. We could also go from Troya up here to Scythia now. I'm basically placing it here because then I would be also allowing myself one of those things up here, because I'm then controlling those. I can use them once per round, but I have both of these special abilities already available to me. Alternatively, no, I can't move to Assyria. No, I will stay in Odessos, staying on target here. I'm in control, but because I haven't established a city just yet, we are not allowed to activate those cities. But I still think that this was quite worth it, because we are getting to activate those cities anyway. Whew, that was a lot of talking. We are ending our round here. Setting our sun. We are removing all the markers that show 1. They will flip back to the 1 side. So we have ultimately lost 2 actions for the next round to come. They will go back to their respective positions. Next, we can activate 1 city per region. That was the main reason why I did what I did. So in this region, I do not care about the 2 victory points right now. I will go for this Oracle Cube up here. And in the next region up here, we could go for the temple. And again, the temple one, on the other hand, we could establish a city there if I don't do anything. But if I go, no, I think we can afford to remove one of those. And this will also give me one of the cubes, which we place onto our player board. And this is now a virtual profession. Anytime I want to play a card and I'm exactly lacking 1 training, then with this cube, I could more or less take care of this. Alternatively, now that I have 3 of these cubes, I can take this free action down here, and this gives me 1 training for free. And this is really an addition. So this is where I really get an extra worker basically, or an extra population onto my board. Again, helping me potentially with this one here, but I really don't know if I will be able to manage to do that before the end of round 4 actually. Unfortunately, I don't get any one of those training effects here. So if I would have built this card here, I would now get 2 per profession. It would be 6 coins. It would be not terrible. We are checking our hand size. Not a problem. We are down to 1 card. So we are moving into the 4th round of the game. Because we are playing solo, we still have to simulate another player. So basically the ones with cubes on them will be retaken. We will bring out new cubes. Similarly, down here we will remove an awful lot of cards actually. I'm pretty sure we are simulating more than just 1 player. It is what it is. I think, yeah, those were the 4. Those will slide down. We will bring out new cards. Oh, this could help me actually. So let's see. Okay, another helmet. Helmets are great for us. We want helmets. So we are down to 2 cards here in the draw pile, but I think that's pretty normal actually. We are getting through the deck relatively easily. And I believe, yeah, then we have to bring out the cubes again. And then we are good to go. Okay, I think I am going to build. So we are taking this. This comes with 1 hourglass, and we have to spend 3 money to build it, or basically to build a card basically. And we are going for the port. We are in control of Odessos up here, so this more or less satisfies this requirement. And I think, yeah, we have also achieved the trader and the scholar. It doesn't come with an immediate special ability, but I will gain some more income. But in total, we are getting 1 point here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points in total. Not terrible. Bringing us to 20 points in total. I still don't know if I will be able to pull it off. Mind we still have the rest of this round and 2 more rounds. We will get at least, I think we have to go for 2 of these training markers. And in a multiplayer game, I think I scored fairly well, quite honestly. So my hopes are still up. And yeah, we're getting some income at the end of the round. So overall, not terrible. Up next, I think I am going to train, and even though it seems a little bit wasteful, I think I will go for this Joker action. So I have to spend 6 money for that, so we are down to 9, which I still think is okay. I will go for another 2 this time at least, I think, because we have to place this marker on here as well, and then I can still take a normal action and 1 money action, which I think we will have to take. Yes. With this, I could train basically 2 times from this one down here to the left. Because we have the Scriptorum, we get 1 extra training action for this. And again, this is once per turn. I definitely want this fella here. That much is clear, because I think I need it for another card we are going to play. I think so, at least. And the other 2, we could train him twice, of course, but I don't really see the reason to. What else do we need? Looking at some of the cards down here. No, I think it doesn't really matter. So I think let's simply train these 3 fellas here. So that's 1 scholar, that's 1 craftsman, and that was 1 noble. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more steps. That's still quite a lot actually to make that, but yeah, I think we might be able to get there. Question is, will we make it basically before we are running out of time? That's the idea. And I think in this case they will simply swap places like this. So I could be wrong in this case. This is the 1 piece, and yeah, we have trained this one, which means we are taking this cube off, which I think is still okay. Yeah. Then I have, in fact, checked my setup here, and I'm 1 training action short to make it to this bonus markers here. I could train again. This training would allow me to basically bring those 2 together with those 3 discs. I could be moving 1 of those, and then I'm 1 training short, and yeah, we will be moving into the next round before we're doing that. So I think there's no real reason to do that just yet, quite honestly. So no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I am going for an architect action, and I think I will go for this one here. This will cost me 6 coins. To place it, it comes with 1 time unit, which I think is okay. And we could be buying 3 cards from here or 2 cards down here. This would have been perfect, but I wasn't really just willing to go for the 10. That's really the limitation in the solo mode. In a 2-player game, you have definitely other kind of values here at your disposal. In this case, no, it's really 6 or 10. So I think I want definitely... I need this one for sure. That's clear. That goes without saying. It gives me, I think, the exact one I need for the next round to fulfill, hopefully, my bonus. And I think I have the requirements here. And I guess the lighthouse is the next best one, because it also helps me to bring out more pioneers. It comes with some points. So overall, not a terrible card either. So no, I will go for this one here. It's 2. I have overspent 1, but 1 is just okay, I guess. So we are placing those 2 into our hand, and I think from there we should be able to build them next round. And this will also help me to get the second bonus markers for the 8 cards. So I think those 2 should be not a problem. Okay, then let's slide everything down here respectively. So maybe this will open up some more opportunities, and these are the 2 remaining cards. So no helmet symbol here, but the meeting place is also pretty nice. And removing these blockers, this was one thing I really considered for a second, to remove one of those blockers with this card here, but I wasn't able to do that because then I would have to retrain, and some which I didn't want to do at this point in time. Okay, this is kind of a bummer. I'm down to 3 coins, so I can't go for this action here, which doesn't cost me extra time unit, but I have to have 4 coins. Alternatively, I could go for the anytime action, this one here, for 2 time and no money, and I could then, I guess, build the city of Troy, which would ultimately score me some points, which also, again, is not a bad thing, but I believe I really need money for the rounds to come. But because I think I get some income this round, I will only go for the cheap taxation one. I get it still double, so I'm earning 8 coins for that, and I only have to place 1 hourglass onto my board here. So we are again at the end of the round. I have to pass. Again, we will remove all those. This will flip over, so we do have some more time left. Again, they will go back to their positions on the game board. I think we have not placed any. No, we didn't do that actually, but we can still yeah, more or less use our territories on the board. Here again, it's really a tough one. Do I want this one here, or do I simply want to go for the 2 points now? Because I believe we will be actually able to bring 4 discs in there into any city basically. Or do I want the cube here? I think here I will not touch it. I will still have control because no one else is in here, but I also want to be able to place a city in there. It definitely does help me. And again, only 1 territory per region, that is. Oof, do I really need this one, or simply one? I think I will go for 2 points at this point in time. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, we still have to achieve 50 more, right? Next, I will activate this ability here. We have 4 scholars in total at our port. Is it a scholar actually? I don't know. But we are getting 8 coins for that. That really does help. It's a penultimate round of the game, but still big enough. No problems with our hand size. We are moving into the next round and the next era. So we will remove 1 of these blocking discs. I'm really happy that this also happens at the solo mode. We will unfortunately exchange the bigger ones with the cheaper ones. Those fellas are out of here, so this will cost us some points. I can't really help it. So that was that. We still have to do some clean up here. This will reactivate basically. We are bringing out a new cube here, and for the cards, those will be actually removed from the game because we are now moving into another era of the game. They will be discarded, of course, though they are still available to us, so that's at least something. And then we are moving into the next era of the game, so we will bring out new cards. They do not come with any more of those synergy icons, you might notice, but you will see they will score an awful lot of points and have still some very helpful special abilities down there. Nice. Next round, let's do the easy things first. We will build another card, which is this one here. It comes with this. We have to spend 3 coins. And I guess, are we going to build the barracks first? Are we going for the lighthouse? Because the lighthouse comes with an immediate special ability which we can use right over the bat. And I think we are trained well. It will not score an awful lot of points, but I still think from a bonus perspective, that's the best we should. I think that's what we need to do. I think it really helps us. So yeah, we are building the lighthouse. This time I will play it right. We are in control of a city, that's Troy, with one of these bags here. We have this easily, so let's do the points. So it's 3 points here. I guess we are choosing this symbol here. 4, 5, 6 points in total. Not amazing, but still okay. Moving us to 28. And then we are triggering this symbol down here, which allows us to bring 4 pioneers into basically any city on the board. We don't really have to have presence there. So that's maybe something worth considering, because we could send it here to Iberia, for example. And in Iberia, we're getting a special action if we are controlling that. Either really an action, which we can use, or a modifier for an action, which we could use. And getting an extra action for the training up here could be huge. On the other hand, I'm not sure if we really need that at this point in time. I still think we should be able to make it to 18 by playing the barracks here. So maybe getting another build action somewhere could be the better deal, but I think there is nothing on the board that would allow me to do that. So that's kind of a bummer. So the question now really is, should I simply, could build a city up here in Scythia actually. That's something also worth considering, because this gives me money, this gives me more training. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we are bringing out 4. Again, we can bring them to anywhere. We have a city on the, let's say, a polis already under our control. So I think I will beam my pioneers up here to Scythia. Now I get 2 movement points, 4 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are moving those guys now out of here actually. The points are okay, but I still think this is the better deal. So we are in control, that's clear. And now we have 6 pioneers here, so we're exchanging those pioneers into 1 city. So we have 2 out of the 6 we need for this bonus marker here, so not worth mentioning. But now we get to trigger the blue region, all the cities, all the regions in the blue seas if we want to. So here we're getting 2 coins. I think getting some more money is definitely huge. And down here we are simply getting 1 more cube, which I still think is worth it. In theory, those cubes could be worth points. I believe it's 2 for 1 or so, not great, but yeah, we can still do stuff there. Nice. Okay, that was an okay turn, quite honestly. I love that. And then before I forget, I believe I am going to teach or to train. And I think, will I go for this one? I think this is actually enough, this one, if I play my cards correctly. I guess I have to do some switcheroos before. So I think I will spend 1 of those cubes here to reduce this down by 1 and this by 1 here. Does it matter then actually? We get 3 trainings out of this. I think for the second training it doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't. Then we are actually taking this training action for 4 coins and 1 hourglass, and we will train those 2, and we get an extra training action because of our scriptorium. Don't forget that. So we get 3 training actions, which we can divide between those 2 basically. So 1 is here, and I think 2 go there actually. That's basically what I'm doing. And then, yeah, we need 2 more steps down here. We have 1 step here. We can definitely train that. And I think we still have a card that will help us to achieve that. So I guess we should be okay. This is really such a brain game, especially playing like really a nice puzzle. I like that a lot, actually. I really do like that a lot. They will change their relative position. This cube is gone, and that's the action done. Then I think I'm going to buy 2 cards actually. So this one here and this one there. We have to spend 6 coins. And I think I get 2 cards when I take it from here. So I guess we should be able to build the observatory, and I guess also the music school. We may have to do 1 retraining, but that should be still okay. Yeah, let's do those. And yeah, we are not removing any cards from the game, which I think is quite nice. They don't come with any bonuses, synergies, but I mean, that's 26 points, right? You get the idea. Then let's slide everything down. We're bringing out 2 more cards, Pyramid and the Public Bath. And up next, I'm really considering to build another card, which is relatively inexpensive here. It cost me 2 time, and we could actually take 2 time markers, but I think I also want some more coins for the next round to come. On the other hand, how much coins do I need? How many coins? I really don't know. I really don't know. We will achieve 2 markers, 2 bonus markers relatively soon. Yeah, let's do that. Money is worth, I think, 10 for 1. If I take 2 singles, I think I have a good last round actually, but I can simply go for 1 more. No, I think that is fine. We will go with 1 double here, and then we can still take maybe money or so. Let's see how things go. Anyway, I am going to build a card, and in this case it's definitely the barracks. So I think we have all the requirements. 2 here, 2 here, 3 there. Not a problem. No real immediate requirement here. So we are bringing the card down here. We are getting 1 priest, and we are getting some points. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points in total, bringing us to 37. I still don't know if we are able to make it active, but we still have 2 more cards, and I think we should be fine actually. And then I guess let's simply spend those 3 cubes. This can be any of the 3 cubes up here to train 1 of ours. Does it matter? Let's check. I think we need a craftsman actually for this card here. So we're training the craftsman. Now we have 18 points in total. So that's 3, 7, 11. Basically, when they're all together, that's 18 points, believe me or not. So we have successfully claimed our very first out of 2 bonus markers, and this will simply give me 1, 2, 3, 4 more points. Still important enough. And with my final action, I will go for a market action up here actually. And I think one thing I forgot actually, maybe I could have, I'm not taking it back, but it will still help me anyway. I will go for this taxation. You already know we have the tenement, which gives us basically the same action again, and I will only go for 1 time here. So that's what we are placing onto our board. So we already get it 2 times, 1 for the action, 1 for the tenement. But because we are also controlling Scythia up here, we can now place 1 cube onto this here, either for an extra training action. That's the 1 piece I believe I could have used early on instead of spending the training. But again, I will not take it back, or will simply take this, and then they add up. So you can really use them, consecutively. So in total, I will score, or rather collect 12 more coins for the next round to come, and we will still get some income from our, what was it? Already forgot it, from the port. Exactly. End of round, we know the drill. Those will disappear. This will flip over. Those will go back. Again, you know the drill here. Then we will be removing 1 cube. Yes, finally we have 1 cube to remove from Scythia. Hooray! Not from any cards. We can still activate cards and or cities or territories on the board. We still get our, what was it, 6 coins here. Was it 6? No, it's 8 coins now actually. But 8 coins is really cool from this card. And we get to activate 1 city per region. I think I will, let's do this. Maybe this will still help me to achieve stuff. I will go for Millet, not for the 2 coins up here. Might be a terrible mistake. And up here, the extra virtual training doesn't really help me. So I'm not going to remove that. But I'm also not going to build 6 cities this playthrough. Relatively certain about that. Our hand size is fine. We are still removing cards with cubes. So again, they will be removed from the game. Out of here, unfortunately, we will bring out 2 more. Oh, the Sphinx, 10 points and 15 points for the school. Then let's also place the cubes here respectively for the next round to come. And of course, we have to do the same for the training markers up here. But I believe training should be more or less done for us. Okay, last round of the game. We are definitely going to build another card. This comes with a time unit. And this round, you really want to make sure we are not ending up with any of these double hourglass, because this will make us lose points based on the little table down here. We still have to spend 3 coins for that building action. And I think we will go for the observatory, which we can build right away actually. Okay, let me, oh, but wait a second, let me think. Because this bonus down here is not optional. If we are playing this, it will definitely mess here. Okay, that could be a problem. So maybe we are not going, maybe we are going with the music school instead. But for the music school, we need this here before. So I think we have to actually spend this to retrain, and we will retrain those. We need 3 merchants for this card, but we only need those 2, I believe. The rest is fine. Yes, the rest is fine. So we will be building the music school. It doesn't come with any special effects whatsoever, but we will be scoring 14 points for that, moving us from 41 to 55. In theory, I could place the marker here, but I think we can simply move this marker now ahead actually. This works just as nice. So we need 15 more points to go, and we need this 1 extra training marker. But I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We already have built our 8th card here, which means we are getting the bonus markers right here, right now, scoring us an additional 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So 11 points more to go, and I think we have won the game actually, because with the observatory we will be making it over the threshold. Nice! So I think there is no reason not to build again actually. And here I didn't really count things through if I should be taking, because I could go for a doubler. The one doubler would cost me 2 points for this remaining action. I could then in theory score an additional point. I'm not going to do that because it's not that tight actually. So I will simply go for 2 single ones here, so I don't want any penalty points whatsoever. This will allow me to build the observatory. I think we are still good to go. So let's see. Yeah, 1, 3, 2, 1 and 3. Yeah, that's still good enough. We will have to take this. This is not optional. So this will push down our religion basically. So we are a population of I don't know, scientists and whatnot, but what's more important, we will be scoring 12 more points, bringing us to 71 points in total. And again, with those 2 training markers, we have managed to achieve our very first victory of the game. But keep in mind, that was the entry level of this game. All the other challenges, and I will go through those in a little bit, but we will complete the round, of course. Let's see how much better we can do, because I still think I'm not really playing particularly well here. We will still be able to score some more points, at least I hope, but yeah, it's not really great in respect to points. Okay, I believe this is now the penultimate action, and it has taken me a while. Unfortunately, I'm not able to satisfy the conditions of any one of those cards down here, and I'm basically out of freebies in respect to these cubes. So this is really now penalizing. So at the end of the game, you get to build all the cards still in your hand if you meet the requirements for half their points. So ideally now with a 10 here, I would have gone for 3 cards and would score, I don't know, all the cards by 3, but not a single card I'm currently able to achieve without doing a training action first. And if I do the training action first, I believe there are better things I can do with this training marker. So I will go for this one here. I will spend 10 coins and 2 time. Again, I think I will simply go for the 2 time. Yeah, I don't know. I will go for 1, 2 individual time units here. And I already have chosen. I will take 2 cards for 10. I can take 2 cards from the discard pile, and those are those 2 here. Actually, very basic ones, but ultimately they will still score me well, I believe. And with my last remaining action, I will take a market action here. In total, this will give me 12 coins. I will take this 3 times. Again, once from my tenement and once from Scythia over here. But this basically ends the game right here, right now. Anyone else hearing the tunes from that Van Halen song now in your ear? So now we get to build the 2 cards. And I think, again, we should be able to build those 2 again. Otherwise, I would have I'm losing those points. I think it doesn't matter in which order. I think not, at least. So we have this 2, 2 and 2, not a problem. We are not gaining any bonuses from this card, but we are still getting all the victory points from this card, and we are halving it. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we are rounding up in our favor. Again, we are halving it. So it's 6 points, moving us to 77. And then we are playing this card here. Similarly, not a problem for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are halving that, so it's 4 more points. 81 in total, and I believe we are still going through this actually. So in theory I would still be getting, yeah, I don't know, some coins from thing and 1 cube. No, I get the coins from Scythia and maybe 1 cube there. It's a point. I think it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, we would do all the things. We don't have any leftover cards in our hand. Now we're doing this. Apologies for that. So we don't have, in theory, any cubes in here. We will be scoring all the 10 points. Is that another 10 actually? No, I think it's not, right? So that's 6. No, it's 9. Oh, are you kidding me? It's 9. So I think I should have taken 2 cubes instead. It would be another point, but again, it's 2 points for the 20 money, bringing us to 83 points in total, and I believe that's it. We don't have any leftover hourglasses on our board. Again, depending on how many, we would still do the end of round, so doubled hourglasses would flip back to 1 hourglasses, and depending on how many you have left, it's -4, -8 or so, up to -32 points. But then I think you have completely lost the game here. You shouldn't do that. And yeah, that's basically how you play the base game of EPOS solo. We played on the very easy difficulty level, and even the base game alone, without adding any of the scenario stuff, you already have a lot of challenges. So you have these 3 levels. On level 1 you always have to come up with 70 points. Level 2 I believe it's 80 points, and on level 3 I believe it depends a little bit. I didn't really check this out because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been able. So we would have been able to make it to level 2 at least from a points perspective, but then you also have to check for those challenges. So for example, this first challenge here, end of game, have 3 bonus markers. Wow, how lovely is that? So we weren't even close getting our 6th city out. It's definitely not easy to achieve, but by going for let's say those cities, they will also give you bonuses in respect to train your population, which will then help you with your professions, and the professions will help you with your cards. So you get the idea here. And during the game you have to have at one point in time 6 merchants trained, which means anytime during the game this must have been the situation in order to do. Then you would tick it, and then you would be consider this a win. So already on this very first normal level of the game, things are quite tricky. Then you have basically some more stuff. Construct no more than 1 city, train 6 nobles, same thing. So really an awful lot for you to really puzzle about, and I believe you can even go through that basically throughout a campaign, and then depending on how many times you're ending up with, then you will lose some challenge points if you go really from the level. It depends a bit on how many failed attempts you have in one of those scenarios. So definitely tricky stuff. And then again, there is more. There are those scenarios, and a lot of those you can play solo as well. We have the tributes, which plays 1 to 4 players, expeditions that plays 1 to 4 players, trade, which plays 1 to 4 players, and that's the one that you're using the other side of the board. So this is maybe one other video I will do about this game, walking you through some of the changes with a different board on the other side. I'm pretty sure I will not be able to do another full playthrough of this game unless you're really begging me to do that. Then I will consider that. Then we have progress, plays up to 1 to 4 players, turbulent time 1 to 4 players, new era plays 1 to 4 players. So really an awful lot you can explore in the solo mode alone. But of course that's the same for the multiplayer game, where the base game alone already gives you a very high amount of replayability. But with those scenarios you can really enjoy this game for quite a while, I must say. And yeah, with that being said, I think this brings me to the end of my mini series here of EPOS Gentes Game. Again, keep in mind it's still scheduled to be live on July the 23rd, so next week Tuesday, so stay tuned. You will find a link in the description of this video, most likely to the preview page, but you can sign up over there. Not sure when you are watching this video, maybe you watch the video and the campaign is already live, then definitely back it and grab yourself a copy. And yeah, before I forget, a huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members. You guys are truly amazing. Can't tell you how much I appreciate all your support. And with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos, and until then, bye bye.